Good evening, welcome to Military Strategies. We're live now at December 5, 2025. The action, the excitement, and the nerves before Venezuela's freedom. Welcome, family, to your news channel tonight. The leaks prove Donald Trump right. And in addition, explosive information about the most special aircraft deployed in the Caribbean Sea. That could give victory to the free people of Venezuela. Family, your likes, your comments, yours. Let's begin.
Good evening, family. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live with you now to bring you the latest news of the day regarding what is happening. What's happening in Venezuela now? Please, your likes and your comments are super important to help this channel grow every day. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because we're on our way to 350,000 followers. And it's truly an honor to be part of this community. What a day. What a day, what we have to show you. A preview so you can't say we don't bring you things that are worth it. A few minutes ago, United States has declassified yesterday's video. 3 engines and a lethal payload that was heading from the Pacific to the United States of America and suffered a mishap along the way. We'll see it in a moment. Exclusive here on Military Strategies for the entire Hispanic community, but we also have Maria Karina as well. We also have exclusive images of the bird Hawkeye, the guacs. Get ready because we're going inside. Don't miss it tonight. Here on Military Strategies, we also have Petro? Oh, Petro isn't here. Petro dressed in a suit, tie, and gold watch. Where have you seen him, and where do you see him? Sometimes he shows up in a tracksuit, sometimes with a straw hat, and now he comes out with a Ray-Ban glasses, a gold watch, a luxury suit, and a silk tie. Don't miss him. And we also have a reaction video from Nicolas Maduro, who has been in Petare. I'm not saying anything, but anyone wanting to learn English here will have great opportunities in Military Strategies. Welcome, family. Well. Greetings to my friends from Guarimba, the whole community. To all the people who are following us, greetings to the people from Nitu Perizosuna's channel. Thank you very much. Last night, I chatted with Nitu and his friends again, and we created a solid information table, exposing a lot of information about the tyrannical regime. About the Souls clan. Today, they have also given the order that all the repatriated to Venezuela be located and detained for questioning. Is Nicolas Maduro afraid among those who are returning home or visitors from Venezuela?
No.
Can a spy from the imperialist regime of the United States infiltrate of America? Thank you. Serious situation. Persecution's already underway. And this was part of that plan we had already discussed and shown. Nicolas Maduro said it and has commented on it. Now it's written in the manual. You have to go after the dissidents. Petro 007, thank you very much for that super chat. You also have super chats available to help us, as well as the PayPal Me Bara account. Military Strategies is our official link. Please, if you can collaborate, it's a good cause. Situation right now. Military strategies. I mentioned a few days ago that we had done something good. Original to obtain information about the aircraft carrier, the United States ship Gerald Ford. We wanted to know when it's going to leave the island. Santo Tomas. What did we do? The crew is on the island now, helping the social economy, the bars, restaurants, and hotels. We tried to book a room in a hotel in San Tomas. No, obviously to go.
Okay.
It's a bit far for us, but we'll visit someday. It's a beautiful place. But we were finding that there were no rooms available, and the ones that were available were at astronomical prices. Understanding that the demand for rooms and the lack of supply was because the crew of the United States ship Gerald Ford was on the island. So we started looking for which days rooms were available, and interestingly, starting tomorrow, there are cancellations, which means the prices have dropped substantially. For the whole weekend. Does this mean then that the aircraft carrier is going to leave? No, it doesn't mean that. It means that the people currently occupying the rooms won't be there anymore. Does this mean they're going to go to the aircraft carrier? It could be. It's a symptom, a symbol, it's a symptom, a light in the middle of the darkness. To get information about what is going to happen, what is going to occur in the Caribbean Sea. On the other hand, intelligence information has been posted on Twitter. I haven't verified it and don't know. I don't have anyone in San Tomas where they say the crew is going to leave next Saturday. Aircraft carrier, I'm not sure. They say it's heading to the Caribbean, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's going to the Caribbean, the Atlantic, or just going home. Maybe something happens, maybe nothing happens. What am I trying to get at with this? For the past 2 weeks, there's been a lot of psychological pressure throughout the whole community. In this one, as in all the others. Where are they attacking? What's happening? Why aren't they attacking? What's going on? Why wait so long? What's going on? This is smoke. This is smoke. This is a bluff. They're not going to attack. I want to say something. Venezuela's military operation is more complex than we can imagine. I've already given you clues during these shows. The day after was Maduro's, even more complex. The political organization. Transition from a dictatorship, that of the Cartel of the Suns, to a full democracy. It's something that won't happen in a day or a week or even a year. It's going to take a long time. In Spain, there was a dictatorship and the transition period was quite complicated. Imagine a situation like Venezuela's. It's quite complicated. Is it possible that it's already taking shape right now? It's the day after. More than the military operation is clear. They know what to do, when to act, and what needs outlining. Now, it's post-Maduro day, but for what purpose? So that the people of Venezuela don't suffer a civil war, so they don't suffer attacks from one part of the population to another part of the population, so that no trace remains. That prison of the suns, so that the replacement of key elements of the country is peaceful, and ultimately so that this can be solved in the best possible way, avoiding bloodshed. That is, I think, the policy that is being followed right now. Donald Trump, who does have brutal military pressure on Venezuela at this moment, who can launch and will surely launch an attack soon, but who is exploring alternative options. Like the call from Nicolas Maduro, taking advantage of it, saying that the United States recognizes him as president, and that it has been an attempt by Trump. That Maduro leaves, according to Maduro, to score points and appear as the legitimate president. Venezuela. These are details. Obviously, they're all part of this show or series that Venezuela has become. International movements. Protests are starting. Those who never supported before are now waving the Venezuelan flag. And and we start to see human misery moving from one place to another. Our mission in this story is to tell what's happening, what's going on, to support, obviously, democracy in Venezuela and in any country in the world, to support the people. They want to be free and free themselves from the tyranny of dictators, and shed some light on everything that's being talked about. A lot of things are said, many stories are told, some with malice, others without, and we try to do our part to help with that. That's as far as we go. We can't or won't get more involved. Venezuela is for Venezuelans. They are the ones who should decide in the end. What future do they want to live in misery and tyranny? A regime like Nicolas Maduro's Bolivarian revolution before Chavez? Or do they want to be a country that moves forward in history, advances socially, and progresses economically, so that its people, the Venezuelans, can live happily, peacefully, and many of them can return home safely? Let's get started. First video. Yesterday, the United States of America was facing this on the Pacific coast. A boat, as seen here. 3 outboard motors. This 3-motor setup catches my attention instead of 4. I guess it's because of the width of the boat. In the back, the part called the transom, where the engines are mounted, there's no room for another one. So it's wide in the front, narrow in the back, it's wide in the front, cutting through and having stability in the front, which is where the cargo goes. The back part is slimmer to quickly gain speed.
Yeah.
And what causes this? What? Like that boat loaded to the top? There are waves and powerful engines, each with around 250 to 300 horsepower, no less. If not, it won't move at that speed. The way it drops, do you see? It's really breaking through the waves. In fact, it's so loaded that it can't fully glide. I'm going to move the image here. I'm a fanatic. Also, boats besides airplanes. I say this from experience. When you're on that kind of speedboat at that speed, normally it would be gliding. And the wake, the white wake we see coming out from the sides, normally it would be produced much farther back, not so close to the front of the ship or the boat. In this case, seeing that it's cutting through the water at the front, that's practically a sign that the weight the boat is carrying. You can see it's cutting right here, above the center. The weight the boat is carrying is significant. It can't plane easily. That's also why it's bouncing, like you can see, it's jumping. The back part, as we can see, is the wake left by the propulsion of the propellers, and the rest, as you know, is foam and water. And there will be fish around there. What do I mean by this? I can't analyze what they're carrying since I'm not there and don't have a test. It must be very heavy. First point, second, it's packed in square-shaped suitcases. I don't know, that's what it could be, but also, this vessel isn't suitable for transportation. Legal issues because it's not safe. It's not safe, plus there has to be part of the cargo that's fuel. I'm going to try skipping since YouTube's been like that lately. Very picky with these kinds of videos. And I'm going to go to the video, to the point of sale frame, and we're going to go to the part attack, which is this frame. We see here, we can see a major fire in it. Because of the fuel that's there, there's a lot of flame in this place, which indicates that there are substances. Flammable. They're burning quickly. We also see the black smoke, which indicates that it's fuel without a doubt. And the cargo itself will also be burning because it will spread throughout the entire ship. Okay, this is published by the Department of Homeland Security. It's published by Southern Command, the United States of America, and it's a clear message. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if people are complaining that they're double tapping. That is, after destroying the ship. If there are survivors, they attack again. Does he really not care at all? They have their reasons for acting. For example, the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. A loaded vehicle, right? Terrorists is attacked from the sky. An Apache helicopter fires a Hellfire missile, destroying the vehicle. Survivors, and then the gunner uses, in a second attack, the helicopter's machine gun. To take down those they want alive, this is the same. This is a war. It's a war against the narcos. A war that is costing the lives of many innocent Americans and innocent Europeans. And is the United States legitimized to carry out those kinds of actions? There can be a discussion about whether it's ethical, that can be debated, but on a legal level, a legal framework. He is supporting the United States of America because it has been established that this type of vessel transporting these things are narco-terrorists, and they have the authority to eliminate them wherever they are found. Anyone who wants to look for it. An interpretation or wants to give it more or less meaning can do so. We can get into the debate that, well, they're in the water, they need to be rescued, they should be judged. Can we get into that debate? I'm speaking from the legal aspect, the legal umbrella. Is there something within this? The United States does it because they have it well tied up. The United States has a powerful legal cabinet, especially on military matters, and they know very well that they're doing the right thing. If that weren't the case, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. Reasons why the survivors of this aren't rescued or why they can be armed. In the case of the one in September, it's being said that they returned to the ship to send a distress signal to alert other ships. There can be many reasons, but what I'm getting at is when that kind of ammunition is fired at that kind of ship, whether it's a missile or an explosive projectile, the intention is to destroy it. The result you're looking for is the complete destruction of the ship and its crew. That there is a second tap, meaning that there is a second attack. It's not going to change. Mission result, which is elimination. The order has been given to eliminate the ship, its contents, and the occupants. That's all. So there may be debate here, I don't know. I think this has to do with, and this is where the issue of the leak comes in.
No.
Pollo Carvajal yesterday breaks open Pandora's box. Hugo Carvajal, who was arrested in Cape Verde, was taken to the United States of America. He breaks his silence. Carvajal says that there are senators involved in the Cartel of the Suns, that they are on the payroll, that there are media outlets on the cartel's payroll, and that there are politicians in general within the organization who can even control the outcome of the elections. Using a computer system implemented in Venezuela and other countries, that this economic lobby is the one in charge of creating news in favor of Nicolas Maduro's regime. Or that today, for example, 4 Democratic senators have put a sort of veto on a military operation in Venezuela.
No.
Relying on the right to war or permission for war or something like that. I don't know how it's said in the United States in some way. If what Carvajal says is true, which is probably true, because what he's looking for is, 1, to get revenge on Maduro and all those people, and 2, to try to get his sentence reduced, for which he is in prison. If that's the case, Paulo Carvajal has information that could harm Nicolas Maduro. In fact, Paulo Carvajal has commented on this. This is likely the most serious part. This isn't about selling substances to become millionaires. It's about declaring war on the United States of America, destroying its youth, destroying its families, destroying its future, poisoning them directly. And this is where Donald Trump has written and said today, I'm very busy dealing with the poisoning. The United States of America. Does this mean that, on a legal level, does this allow Donald Trump to declare war on Venezuela?
No.
Well, Carvajal has written a letter. He wrote, has he said anything? Now we have to verify that information and see if what he's saying is true. That there is a plan. Within the regime, Nicolas Maduro could send this to the United States to cause harm or even declare war. He's not the only one who has said that this plan was created and designed with Cuba and Iran. Iran is one of the most interested parties in making sure these kinds of substances reach America to destroy American civilization, to the so-called Great Satan. And if we could see that what Paulo Carvajal has said, and what he has yet to say because he will have much more information.
Yep.
Without a doubt, could it create a positive scenario for Donald Trump when launching an attack against Venezuela? About the topic of attacks? Now that's what we have to look at here. In detail, we have to understand a couple of points, make it clear. First of all, we need to change that image we had of Paulo Carvajal. On the other hand, now we're going to skip to intelligence topics because we need to look at this. There we see La Horchila Island. We see Los Roques.
También.
And we see in an image being marked the cruiser launching missiles. United States ship Gettysburg of the Ticonderoga class is about 25 kilometers from the Horchila. It's a satellite image.
Sí.
I think it's from the 4th, yes, the 4th that is, from yesterday. And it's there.
Está.
Stopped, it's anchored there, it doesn't move. There's a wake, but the ship isn't moving. The ship is there, it's not going anywhere. Now we're going to look at the map. I want to explain, or try to explain, why that ship is there, what it's doing, and what the main reason would be. Here we are on the map. That map you already know. We're working on it. It's one of the maps we've been working on lately. We're discussing and analyzing a lot. Here it is. This map, we're going to go to La Horchila. We said the island is 25 kilometers away. We could go up to here, very close. Approximately at this point, there is a United States missile cruiser. Information we've received in recent days is that on La Horchila Island, there's a communications and espionage center run by powers like China and Russia, radars, which we do know about, and there is a small military presence, but it does exist. In fact, La Horchila has been used for naval exercises and to deploy a contingent there. We have said that, and we have talked that the United States may not be planning a naval invasion of Venezuela by landing on the coast of La Guaira. But we have given a lot of reasons, and with good cause, as to why La Horchila could be assaulted by the United States Marines of America. And why? It would give them an important pivot point for the entire coast, Venezuela. The presence of that missile cruiser is no coincidence. It's there precisely to probably prevent more troops from arriving at La Horchila Island military personnel. Simply by being there, it can act as a deterrent to ships arriving at La Horchila from Nicolas Maduro's regime. But there's also another reason people might not have thought about or noticed. Planned military operations against Venezuela. We know that many of them are in the northern area, which is where the largest population flow is concentrated. Also the nation's political and military centers. But Venezuela is big. Venezuela has a significant distance as a country. Let's use the last one or the farthest point from the coast, possibly this one, as a reference. Right on the border with Colombia and Brazil. Let's look at it here, the farthest point south of Venezuela. The distance we have.
Hasta.
The point in a straight line. The beach is about 1,000 kilometers. Traveling to Caracas is nearly 1,200 kilometers. So crossing the country from end to end is about 1,000 to 1,200 kilometers. If we know that the cruiser launches missiles, the Ticonderoga class can carry Tomahawk-class missiles, which will surely use the standard version and not the most expensive one, because the most expensive one is just a waste. Unnecessary money. We could talk. A range of 1,500 and 1,600 kilometers with advanced versions reaching up to 2,000. But the difference is that it costs $2 million and the other one $4 million, which makes a huge difference. Total bill of the war. If we consider that this ship, the Ticonderoga class with its missiles, is 25 kilometers from La Orchila, which would be more or less that point we see there. Using that point as a reference. And now, we're traveling again, this time from Venezuela to the farthest point. It's not a distance of 1,300 kilometers. That is, it's the point where the Ticonderoga class ship, with its cruise missiles, it would be capable of attacking any target within Venezuela, whether some cartel target that is in this area. From here, with the border of Brazil, imagine some guerrilla camps, some factories, some kind of thing. You know what I mean? It could be within range, which makes sense to me why it's right there. The other ships, when they have to position themselves, will probably do so, some of them, north of Aruba and Curacao. The ones we see in the Horkula area, the others we see in the area between Trinidad and Tobago and the island of Grenada. In short, a naval combat corridor between cruisers, Ticonderoga-class missile cruisers, and Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, about 700 kilometers in a line to provide coverage for the entire country. Along that same axis, we've seen from La Orchila, about 700 kilometers to the left, right, horizontally. Imagine a line there, about 600 kilometers to cover the width of the coast. All right, I think this explains why it's there. In addition to providing coverage for a possible attack or naval assault, I think that's going to happen, and I think it's important for it to happen to provide security and also to force Nicolas Maduro's regime to react. He has to react to something like that. If Nicolas Maduro loses an island, if it's occupied, does that pose a problem for the regime? And the regime won't have any other option but to react. And that reaction could provoke another reaction, an even bigger one, in the United States. That ends everything. That ends everything. All right. I think that's clear now. If you have questions, write them down in the super chat and we'll review them. Let's move on to another point now. What did Maria Corina say? Tomorrow there's a demonstration. Tomorrow is the Nobel Peace Prize thing. Tomorrow is a demonstration.
My dear Venezuelans, today I want to thank you for all the expressions of affection you have sent me in these last few hours. We are living in times when our serenity, our conviction, and our organization are being put to the test, times when our country needs even more dedication. Because now, these years of struggle, the dignity of the Venezuelan people have been recognized with the Nobel Peace Prize. You and I know that this is a recognition that calls us to be even more steadfast in completing the task to achieve Venezuela's freedom. This requires all the time, on every possible platform. Let us elevate our cause and add more and more strength, more energy, more prayer in this final passage. That's why this coming Saturday, December 6th, as a family, with the strength that defines us, Just a few days before the Nobel Prize ceremony in Oslo, we are going to gather in more than 20 countries and 80 cities, all to raise our voices and march for peace. The Nobel is a recognition of our democratic struggle, of citizen organization, of the ability to stand tall in the face of oppression, and to our conviction that Venezuela was born to be free and our families to live united. This Saturday, we have a great opportunity. We are going to reaffirm this message in the ongoing fight for peace and freedom. While the regime tries to hide this incredible achievement, that recognition that the whole world gives us Venezuelans. We are going to light a candle in the main cities of the world. Each torch, each candle, each light will be a cry for peace and freedom for Venezuela. Please go to the website El Nobel es nuestro. Look for the country where you are, the cities where there will be a march, and find your meeting point now. And if you want to create a new meeting or gathering point, write to the email commandomcv@gmail.com, and there you indicate the city and the place you are proposing. See you this coming Saturday, December 6th, and that day the world will know why the Nobel is ours.
It's the message that's important, not the act itself. The demonstration, which, by the way, is being carried out well, is not a demonstration for inside Venezuela. People who are in Venezuela don't go out into the streets, don't go out. No one should even think about it inside Venezuela. Going out to demonstrate in the streets. You risk being arrested by the regime's citizen patrols or something worse. You have to play it smart. This is a dangerous game, and you have to play it smart. Now we have to let the 8 million Venezuelans who are in the diaspora, in exile, work. Let the people who support Venezuela work from outside. The solution can't be fixed internally right now. There are no elections. There won't be. And even if there were, we already know who would win. Now we have to work from the outside. Why is this important? This is a traffic light without Maria Corina. On Saturday in 24 hours here in Spain, since it's already 1:55 right now, managed to bring together an important part of people out on the street. It could still put a bit more pressure. It could give Donald Trump even more. The Nobel is ours. This is the page where Maria Corina said so. And where are the meeting points where this demonstration will take place? United States, Canada, all countries, you can enter, check that place, and you can attend this event. I'm not saying people should go or not, just that this is a very important signal. The operation happening, can it be done in Venezuela? If there isn't popular support, there probably won't be an operation. Or it won't have the impact we're hoping for. We have to send a clear message. People have to send a clear message that they want Venezuela to be free. The Nobel Peace Prize, is it just a loudspeaker to denounce what's happening right now? In Venezuela? By the way, the website is being attacked, so it's working very well. Please be patient. They're attacking the server to prevent people from expressing themselves. God is already working on this, and it's important, very important. Now let's talk about the title. Maduro receives help, that's right. It's not a lie, we're going to see it here. It landed today. I know my friends from Guarimba have mentioned it. Today, a plane landed coming from Sergelia, passing through Mauritania and arriving in Caracas. A 747-329 model cargo plane. Quite large, quite heavy. And it made a peculiar trip. It made a trip. Let's see, over here. Quite striking. He came down from Sergelia. He continued through Mauritania. And then he reached Venezuela, all the way to Caracas. Why, we ask, has he received help?
No.
Well, expanding a bit more on the information my friends have given, I've found more information. We know that the plane was coming from this other place. The previous route, Sergelia, was here. A former Soviet Republic, Zikistan, and that plane was flying across all these countries. And arriving in Algeria before Algeria. Where did the plane originate? On December the 2nd, the plane came from China. From China, they sent the plane that we are seeing here on a route from Guangzhou. That Guangzhou sent this plane all the way here to Zikistan. Goodbye, it stopped, refueled, and made the next trip to Algeria so we could think. That it loaded material. China, Guangzhou, the area we see here, the Macau area, is an important business zone near Hong Kong. There's a lot of military industry. Could some kind of military support have come from there? For Nicolas Maduro? We haven't finished yet. This plane normally flies the Belarus-China route. In fact, that's the plane's original origin. On November 30th, it went down to China and didn't return to Belarus. Instead, the plane left from there. As mentioned, to Uzbekistan, then Algeria, then Caracas. Why is the plane important? What's behind this plane, the one we're looking at here? I've gone to look for a bit more information to dig a little deeper. And it's a plane. It belongs to a company that's been sanctioned by the United States Department of the Treasury. It's a company that's associated with Lukashenko's regime in Belarus and is possibly dedicated to transporting military equipment, usually from China to Russia to support that military deployment, or usually to Belarus to support the dictatorship there. Where's the company, the contractor of this plane? We're seeing it's interesting. It changed its name. In fact, I'm going to give you the name of the original company.
None.
So you know. Thank you. Transavia Export Cargo. Transavia, let's put it here. Transavia Cargo Airline, let's put it here. Let's go, it's done. Here, it's marked. Let's zoom in so you can see it here. There it is. Belcanto Limited Liability Company was a company. Belcanto is another private cargo airline based in Belarus, which was established on paper in 2020. It began operating in 2022 under the leadership of former executives from the Belarusian state cargo airline, Transavia. On December 2nd, 2021, Office of Foreign Assets Control designated Transavia Export for operating or having operated in the transportation sector of the Belarusian economy, and for being owned or controlled by or having acted or intending to act on behalf of or directly by the government of Belarus. After the designation of Transavia, Belcanto took ownership of one of Transavia's planes and began leasing other aircraft from the company. Belcanto's business operates in many of the same areas as Transavia Export, including the transportation of goods to Russia.
Yeah.
So now we have the plane that was in China already made a pit stop in Kyrgyzstan. Were they able to load more military equipment that they later transported? Algeria, which is also a country that has military trade relations with Russia, has been involved as well. Mauritania. We have no proof it has decreased. To the ground, we're going to look for him here, see if we have any information that he might have come down. While it's true that on the trip to Algeria and Mauritania, there was a large part of this journey where there was no signal. We don't know if he stopped somewhere in Africa besides Algeria to make a stop. Normally, he would have stopped here in Mauritania, but he didn't. He was at 32,000 feet when he passed through there, but could he have stopped before? In the part where there is no information, which is the whole triangle of terror, right now between Mauritania, Mali, and Algeria, that whole area is full of terrorists, and it's also full of mercenaries. Could he have stopped anywhere over there? Is he clearly in Caracas? And we don't have any information about the contents of the cargo, nor where it has gone, although we can see where it ended up. And notice the last signal we have from the flight information region from the automatic dependent surveillance from the plane's transponder system. We have one last signal. We might think, we're going to see it now. Change the camera, change the image. The area of the airport where it has been unloaded. It can also show us something, and we'll see it live now. Please, if you're live with us, your likes are super important. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. We're on our way to 350,000. It could be tonight. Family, we can break the counter only with your help. It's only possible with you to make it happen. It's worth it. Okay, we have the image. Simon Bolivar Airport. He entered via the third line, which means he could have unloaded in the area of the old airport, or he could have unloaded in this area. From here, most likely in this area here, this has become a warehouse. If I had been a passenger, I probably would have entered directly through one of these hubs to drop off passengers, not even to enter, but nevertheless he did. Through the third entrance, which is this one here, I think. Let's look for it again. 1, 2, 3. It's the third entrance that's more focused on logistics. This one we see here. Why do I say this? If you notice the chaos in this area, aircraft, normally there are a lot of planes gathered here, old planes and a bunch of logistics weights. That plane, which is so big, it would be difficult to move it from that point to this point here without it bumping into something. But surely it can be done. It doesn't mean it can't, but it can be done, which is why I would bet that this flight was a logistical flight. To unload equipment, what equipment could have been provided? Maduro? Encrypted telecommunications equipment is something they really lack. They have a lot of problems with telecommunications. Maduro has to get on a plane to use the satellite phone to make a call. Some foreign leaders, in fact, do it regularly. And on the other hand, we might find that their internal communication systems between the army and everything they have deployed are very poor. What else? Could he have arrived? Chinese-made radars could also have arrived on that plane. Anti-aircraft missiles could have arrived. And ammunition, weapons, and military logistics could have arrived as well. Is this going to change, or could it change the course of the war? No, it can't change it. What it can do is prolong it. This kind of shipments and this kind of logistical support, what it does is prolong it. It doesn't change the outcome because Maduro can't hold on for a long period of time. A sustainable war with the United States isn't possible. And that's not even the plan. He's looking for a confrontation, guerrilla warfare, to wear down the enemy through exhaustion or simply by not letting them achieve their objectives. This type of operation we're involved in now doesn't include a head-to-head war, so there won't be dogfights like a Su-30 versus an F-18. Or F-35, that won't happen since the Su-30 pilot knows he can't win. He's at a technological, numerical, and logistical disadvantage. Their weapons are worse. The avionics are inferior, the avionics technology is inferior. And the number of aircraft compared to what Venezuela has
Venezuela.
is inferior for Venezuelans. Well, for Maduro, then they're going to have a much harder time there. All right, we've already talked about the plane issue, which we still have pending. Now we're going to move on to Petro and then Maduro. How is Petro doing? I'm amazed. I can't get Petro out of my head. I don't know why, but I find it amazing. There are 21,000 of us. Please, your likes are super important. Let's start leaving comments too while we react to Petro. You already know these are reaction videos. We have to see what they're saying so we can analyze it and also react to their performance and realize how they're doing mentally at this moment.
Oh.
Nicolas Maduro's Siamese twin brother. Let's see, by the way, where are you connecting from tonight, family? Where are you watching us from?
Colombia isn't being threatened because how much of your blood or the national police's blood and of ordinary Colombians and those who aren't ordinary? Because how many leaders of this country haven't died the brother of drug trafficking?
Police officers and politicians continue to die at the hands of hitmen with no one knowing who sends them. But interestingly, all those who fall are from the opposition to the government. How curious, right? Usually politicians from the government would be targeted, since they're the ones pursuing drug traffickers and the cartels would want them eliminated. But the opposition doesn't fall. Something strange.
It's quite strange for them to come and tell us today that we're not fighting against drug trafficking, and here there's a cartel of the sons. We all know here that drug trafficking can buy the greedy heart.
We don't know if he includes himself in that purchase of the greedy heart. We don't know.
Greed, antagonistic enemy of life. But not all men and women have greedy hearts.
Isn't that what someone says who wears what looks like a luxury watch? And you can see how he's dressed.
Not even 007, we don't let ourselves be bought. We're not for sale.
I'm sure we're not. Some Drug Enforcement Administration and Interpol information says otherwise. Says a bit otherwise. It's incredible to see Petro like this. I've never seen him so well dressed. He reminds me of a Cuban dictator. Or a Central American dictator? Oh well, we're talking about the same region.
There were slaves by force and all that. Anyone who sells themselves becomes a slave. And Bolivar said that we were free men and women.
I love the part about the watch, especially when he says we have a price. I really like how the watch comes up like that. I mean, this is the real Petro, a guy who goes to luxury stores with Colombians' money. Thank you.
Any leader or people in the world can talk to us. There's no problem. We have the ability to understand all peoples.
Otro que también quiere una llamada de Donald Trump. Atención porque...
Are you saying you want to talk to Trump too?
Thank you. We can talk face to face.
Face to face, we remind Nicolas Maduro directly.
Looking each other in the eyes.
Face to face, do you want to pull a Maduro?
If you're right, I'll admit my mistake. Let's fix it.
Are you referring to Donald Trump?
If I'm right, then it's the other way around. If neither of us is right, let's find the truth.
That's quite a watch you're wearing.
As human beings, we talk things out not under threat. So have they taken power away from the mafias? Just like the security superintendency did when it handed over 20,000 weapons to the biggest drug traffickers of that time, under the guise of the so-called convivial groups?
Of course, notice that Petro himself admits that money can corrupt people. Imagine within the Colombian army, the Venezuelan army, all the armies. How many corrupt people are there who give access to radar information, intelligence information, military route schedules? I think this goes beyond a centralized organization. I believe it's a decentralized organization that operates at different scales on a social level. The military police policy, and it's impossible to control it from within the country. No, I don't want Petro's watch. It disgusts me.
When I was talking about weapons, Admiral Kubides, it's just that I think we have to obey the Constitution. The sale of weapons to civilians should be reduced as much as possible.
Oh. When they start saying, we're going to take the weapons away from civilians and keep them for ourselves. Careful, because that's where the problem can start. When only a few have the weapons, it ends up turning into a dictatorship. Petro is already starting to show the reality of what's coming for Venezuela, what's coming for Colombia, what's coming for Central America. If he isn't stopped, Petro looks like he's fine with asking for a voice, like he's been drinking rum for a week without showering.
That must be dismantled, Admiral.
He's giving a warning to the army. This has to stop. Civilians having weapons, Admiral.
Since we all know about those weapons, because of bad software, sometimes intentionally bad, because of the lack of control of pre-modern societies. They don't cross-check well between the Superintendency of Security and the Office of Arms Control. And so, in the mess of these last decades, there are 60,000 lost weapons.
Maybe the political system for organizing weapons in Venezuela doesn't work properly. Your systems, as you just admitted, don't work well. So it's not a problem that people have weapons. It's a problem that you don't know who you're giving the weapons to, so you'll have to manage it better. If you're the president of Colombia, you need to better control loose weapons in Colombia, because many of them end up in Venezuela, then in Brazil, in the United States, and in many other places. 60 weapons are too many for it to be a mistake. You might let 1,000, 2,000, or 60,000 slip through, but that's no longer a mistake. Is it done, truly done, and is it a business?
Petro, 60,000 is enough to arm an army, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Drug traffickers. Nobody knows.
Maybe 20,000 of the ones I already mentioned are part of it, but there are another 40,000 missing.
This guy is crazy. I mean, he wants to do, like, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't understand anything. That he's on the right side, that he's anti-narco, but is it that he's a hypocrite?
And they're out there and they're killing soldiers.
And politicians, and who's sending them?
I don't know.
When there are soldiers who are honest and want to investigate the crime, what happens?
Is there a statistic? We did the experiment, Admiral, to test in criminal cases how many of the weapons that are captured are those that have been officially handed over, and it's a high percentage. I don't have the number right now. The superintendent must give them to you.
How will you get the numbers if you don't know what's happening in Colombia? You're more concerned about what's happening in Gaza, what's happening in Israel, what's happening in Venezuela. Your business with Nicolas Maduro? It's normal, he lacks time.
But then what we're showing here is that the state is creating an empowering crime.
Yes.
It's true, really. I think it's been acknowledged. He's admitting it. Petro is confessing that they've created crime. Listen to him again.
We are here showing evidence the state is creating an empowering crime.
Well, it's true, and that's exactly what you want. What Petro is doing is unbelievable.
And that can be done in different ways, but one of them is that we're arming the criminals. And that happens not because it's a public decision, a law, or anything like that, but because they go through the routes of selling weapons and the legal authorization of firearms in Colombia.
So, are you saying regular citizens having weapons to defend themselves is to blame for the country's organized crime? Because the police can't keep up? They don't have the capacity, or they're not allowed to have the capacity. And now Petro wants to take their weapons away. First, they hand out 60,000 weapons to arm the guerrilla, and now they want to take ours. And you're left like that. You're left speechless, and you say, well, this is Petro Nidas. Thanks to my friends, especially Anna, for 70 memberships. Opening up in chat increases your chances of receiving gifted memberships. Thanks for the super chats. We'll check out some comments now. Why don't they just go home? What missiles can launch from Puerto Rico? From Puerto Rico, we'd have to look into it. The United States arsenal between 2,000 and 2,500 kilometers. Extended versions. We could talk about cruise missiles, but I don't think they're going to use those. I think they're going to use cruise missiles. Standard as always, to minimize costs. This woman will be responsible for all the deaths. Are you talking about a softer Petro? Trump said that the United States elections are fake. Right, Maduro is Colombian. I'm watching from Alcalá and they're saying here their family. Do you want to be as famous as him? Just imagine. Now Donald Trump is calling Petro. Naturally, Petro admitted his state is causing crime. Either he has completely lost his way or whatever he took today didn't sit well with him because he's putting a target on his own back. We have created. Stay strong, brother. We're in the home stretch. Thank you for your excellent work and quality information. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I want to say something and take advantage of this. Important. I haven't forgotten about Israel. I haven't abandoned Israel. Aren't I working on something important about Israel, which you'll see soon? But right now, I feel that our priority has to be with Venezuela right now. Israel is still there. We'll keep doing live streams. We'll keep telling stories. But right now, the focus is on Venezuela because we need to solve this problem. Because if we put an end to the dictatorship in Venezuela, we help Israel because Hezbollah is in Venezuela. Hezbollah gets richer and Iran gets richer with Venezuela. If we cut off the line of funding that Iran has in Venezuela, we are helping Israel a lot. By the way, speaking of Israel, Spain has decided not to participate in Eurovision. Because Israel is participating, and in addition to not participating, they have decided that Eurovision should not be watched. Spain. Yeah. What you are seeing, what you are hearing. Because Israel, Paris Soberano, where Muslims, Christians, and Jews live, is joining a music contest. Spain is not participating. And furthermore, it restricts the right of the rest of the citizens who freely, if they want, can watch the Eurovision contest or not, to not be able to watch it. It seems to me that Spain is on its way to becoming another dictatorship, if we aren't already. You can't restrict the citizens' right to information. And if the citizens want to watch Spanish television, which is paid for by all Spaniards, let anyone who wants to watch Eurovision do so. But the government can't decide what Spaniards have to watch. And this is very dangerous. This isn't about a music concert, it's about something more. It's about the government, partner of Maduro. Because his two numbers, two from the government, Avalos, and the other one are in jail for doing business with Del C. We're missing the president, both Zapatero and Sanchez. It's a dangerous issue because if the government is now going to start deciding what Spaniards have to watch on television, we're going to start having total control over our freedom and way of thinking. And that's no longer called democracy. That's not a democracy anymore. That's already a dictatorship. And for that, we already have Venezuela. So I would ask the whole community to do this on Twitter and everywhere else to make their opinion known. And I hope they come closer to this one. If it isn't, that's fine with me since it's yours. But what we can't allow is for someone to tell us what we can and can't watch. If you don't want to take any Spanish artists to Eurovision, that's your problem. It's your decision. You can't stop Spaniards from watching Eurovision. And that really is a problem. Not only against the people of Israel, against the Jews, which is totally anti-Semitic. Not participating because it's going to Israel. It's manipulation of communication. They said I had to say this and couldn't keep it to myself. We'll focus on Maduro. Pay attention, this will be funny. Was Maduro in Petare today or yesterday? Miranda State, where Nitu told me that my ancestors came through there to conquer Caracas and Petare. Maduro is not very well liked in general. In the elections, he got a real beating. Maduro's biggest fear is an uprising in Petare. Recently, he's been visiting Petare frequently and seems very interested in it. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Let's review what Nicolas Maduro has said and done. Don't miss out. You're going to laugh. As I always say, get comfortable, sit down, keep some water and a tissue handy. And if anyone needs to go to the bathroom, go right now because later it will be too late. Maduro again, Lalia. Maduro has embarrassed himself again, and in what a way. I still don't get how Maduro became or remains president of Venezuela. Or if he's a dictator, I don't get it. Anyway, there's Maduro and Petro. And an interesting group of sinister characters from international politics. Let's see. By the way, I'd like to tell you something. An extra about what we've said about Eurovision, and what people have to watch and what they have to say. And the control. I want to share something with you. And it's interesting. On this channel, money has been offered to advertise companies. But in return, we had to stop speaking as we do. I think the answer is obvious. It's incredible. It's amazing to even come to the channel and say, if you change the format and avoid certain topics, both because of advertising, we have said no. Here we talk about what we want, how we want, and in whatever way we feel like, but not for money. And I have the emails. Let's go with Maduro.
I'm already translating, since in the age of artificial intelligence, that's what people do. TEC Sylvia, the man is the piece, its number. Nicholas.
How?
It's the piece.
Let's see. Attention. We're starting off strong.
Hold on. I'm translating because you know that now in the age of artificial intelligence, you start translating things. Tech.
Even he laughs.
Sylvia, the man.
The man is the piece.
It's number.
It's number.
Nicholas.
Nicholas. Damn, we're starting off strong. Look, this is like when you buy a newspaper or a magazine. There's a game in the back called a hieroglyphic puzzle for people who get bored on the bus, plane, or train. And you have to figure it out, right? Well, this is the same. You have to figure out what Burringley is saying. Today we listen again, by the way, for those of us who like this. This is a reaction about Maduro. I really enjoy this format because it's fun and I have a good time. All right, let's see.
You know what? In the artificial intelligence age, you begin translating things. Dick. Sylvia, the man is peace, its number. Nicholas. Us. It's okay.
I just understood. It's the number Nicholas. He means the man of peace. His name is Maduro. Okay, that's what he wants. But his head, his mind, his neurons, which only go so far, make him say something completely different.
Subscribe the man in the number, Nicholas.
Oh my God, the woman.
The man in the woman.
Uncle fuck. I think the woman is the one who's going to call Trump to tell him, get him out of my way. I think it's the woman. Just look at Salida's face. Her dentures don't fall out from embarrassment because they're glued on with silicone.
Number Nicholas. Are you okay? The man in the number Nicholas. The man in the piece, the number Nicholas. Please listen to me.
Let's be honest, what are we going to do when he's not here? What are we going to do without him? Let's see. If they capture him alive, we must demand weekly visits to see Nicolas Maduro. Once a week, they have to let him speak once a week because this helps. This helps with health for such a donkey. Speaking English.
Please listen. Yes.
Yes, look, the woman says, yes, you're doing well, right? Nicolas.
I'll correct it now. We're on, what's it called, Duolingo? Do you guys know what Duolingo is? I founded something called Madurolingo.
Madurolingo. We already know the name of the app where Nicolas Maduro is learning English, and it's called Madurolingo. Burroughs and Company. This is epic, huh? It's just that you have to listen. You really have to listen.
Please listen, huh? I'll fix it.
We were on. You weren't doing well. You were doing well, Nicholas. Let's see. You were doing well, huh?
Please.
Please.
Listen to. Iba.
I was gonna say listen to. I was doing fine.
Huh? Okay, I'll fix it.
But I'm not sure you did it correctly.
We're in. How is it called Duolingo?
Baringo, mature Baringo.
Do you guys know what Duolingo is? I founded something called Madurolingo. Please listen to me, the men in the pit, damn.
That's tremendous. Look, at first it was funny, but now it's just too much, you know?
It's number. Nicholas,
I know. He's crazy, Nicolas Maduro. Yeah, if we give him a mental or intelligence quotient test, we'll find that Nicolas Maduro has a problem. Not just serious, extremely serious. He should be locked up. This just isn't normal.
it's the Trump.
Who doesn't launch the attack? I don't understand anything.
Number Nicholas. They are the paths traveled that leave a firm trajectory.
And now he moves on to another topic. I mean, he drops the bomb that his English is really bad, and now he moves on to something else. Look, let's watch it all the way through without stopping the remix, because it's incredible what this guy manages to say in just 2 minutes, you know? I'm not saying I'll miss him in Venezuela. No, he shouldn't leave Venezuela. But now a weekly session of Maduro is a hit. Is this supposed to make you laugh? Not even the one from North Korea.
I'm translating because you know that now, in the age of artificial intelligence, you start translating.
It's going from bad to worse, besides, right?
Things.
Deck, Sylvia, the man is peace. He's not.
Imagine this poor wretch when he wakes up in the morning and grabs his wife and sits her down, sit there and asks her, let's see, how do you say this? And Salida tells him correctly, and Maduro says this, and Salida doesn't. I've told you that's not how it is. It's like this. Nicholas and Maduro again, and Nicholas, that's not how it is. The woman must be fed up already, huh?
Number Nicholas. Is it okay?
He asks, are you okay? She replies, no.
The man in the...
Seeing his face just embarrasses me for my husband. She doesn't know where to hide right now. She isn't sure if wearing her dentures will keep her from being recognized. I just don't know. It's just unbelievable.
El hombre Nicolás, el hombre en los pozos, el número Nicolás.
Just look at how she's looking, right? She says, oh my God, she's like a rattle.
Nicolás. Please, 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 tend to me there. Please, 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 listen, okay? I'll fix it now. Are we on what's it called, Duolingo? Do you guys know what Duolingo is? I found it something called Madolingo.
I was gonna say Maduringo, like it was a dating site, Maduringo for mature people. Yeah, it's just that there isn't one, right?
Please, please, listen to me. The man in the pits is number. Nicholas.
Well, I want to take a break here. I want to show you something that's happening right now. You know, let's see this. It's okay for us to talk about nonsense and about Nicolas Maduro and his fantasies with English. It's great. I want to show you something. This is now. Just a second. No, Nicolas, okay? No, Nicolas. This C-17 just took off from Puerto Rico, but in the last few hours, C-17 planes have been arriving in Santo Domingo to the southern area of the Dominican Republic. They're also deploying equipment there. This one likely goes from Puerto Rico to Santo Domingo or nearby. The deployment is expanding. I'm saying this to reassure those who think nothing will happen. Don't you send money and things to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic? Yes, nothing will happen, but something might. Everything is being carefully prepared to ensure things go well, which is normal and good. You just need to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. Come on, let's go, Nicholas. Second chance.
Yeah.
It's the paths we've traveled that leave behind a firm, solid, stable, and true trajectory. We are real. Let them touch us so they know we're real and where we come from. From a fabulous history, I heard from a group of historians who always send me messages. What happened? Look, give him a hug from me, man. We're on our way. Look, a group of historians, I took the opportunity and shared it with a lot of people. A group of historians sent me a letter.
A letter.
Hold on, I need to reply to a message.
I'm getting a mature message right now. The person who avoids social media claims they can still find and eliminate him. Understand what's about to happen, that's what I'm saying. He pretends to be clueless, playing the fool so that headlines come out calling him a certain type of guy, you know? Well, a little fool, affectionate, a teddy bear, Nicolas Maduro. Now you'll see his attitude change, just like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Maximum exposure. By the way,
Family, there are 20,000 of us here. We're missing a lot of likes. You have to help the channel. You have to subscribe. We have to reach the top to send these people to hell.
it's arriving at this time. What's arriving at this time? What's arriving at this time? Here's the gossip.
Something is arriving at that time. Pay attention to what's arriving.
It's arriving at this time. What is being announced by the portal of the American television network Fox News? What?
I don't know why he pronounces Fox News like that, but I'll let it slide.
Venezuela will continue to accept and approve return flights of migrants from the United States. And right now, a flight is arriving with migrant brothers who are coming home to be free and reunite with their family. Liberty, liberty.
And now he speaks French. Now he says liberté, liberté. We've gone from English to French. And what about the flights that Trump is sending with illegal immigrants? And many of them are people with criminal records. And now he says he welcomes them and then sends an order for the repatriated people to be located and interrogated. I don't understand anything.
To return to his family. Liberty, liberty.
He thinks it's called freedom in English. Liberté. I think he really believes it. Liberté, liberté. We have here a polyglot like Nicolas Maduro who can speak 20,000 languages.
Right?
Oh, wait. They put a camera on you while you're landing the plane.
I was going to read you something, and they had me read other things.
Landing the United States plane with the deportees?
Right? Let's see.
It was prepared, but he puts on the show. I just got a message on my phone. Are the brothers coming to the house to check? Yes, the brothers who have left from there. But do you think that the one who's on the plane wants to go back to Venezuela? If he went to the United States, why would he want to go back to Venezuela? If he wants to leave, is it so you won't see him? There are people there who are now going to be detained and interrogated until there's no tomorrow.
The message they sent me was around here. Impressive. You know who Pablo Murillo was, right? He was the military chief that the King of Spain sent, right?
This is a reliable plane, not the American one.
With 18,000 men?
But are they showing us a reliable plane?
Almost 70 ships.
But this one must be coming from Cuba, loaded with Cubans. I can't believe it. I thought the plane was from the State Department or chartered or rented, but it's a trusted one.
Weapons of the season.
But they've even shown us images, almost like police boats.
70 boats with the best ones.
Look, this image. They put the police here for us. to put on a show that it's the American plane, but it's not. That's not the plane.
Weapons from that era in Spain and Europe. The defeated officers and soldiers would arrive.
Well, yes, trust. That's it. Trust. I'm telling you, trust in the drug cartel lines. Whether you like Bonaparte or not, what difference does it make? Maduro's plane? They're Maduro's planes. I don't care if they're called Trust, or Drug Cartel. I just don't care. Cartel's Airlines, if you want.
The war of independence that Spain had to fight against the imperial occupation of France, where the King of Spain and his brother ended up surrendering.
All right, come on. Yes, go on.
And now the King of Spain starts talking about the King of Spain. And he says to him, look at what he says.
Since he doesn't have any problems.
Pay attention to the letter. Each province, Your Excellency, in America, requires a different way to be governed. First, he realizes that each province was seeking its own path. What is good for the Kingdom of Santa Fe, Colombia, or Bogota, what is good for the Kingdom of Santa Fe does not have the same effect in Venezuela. Even though they are conspirators, because he says they are conspirators, since we were seeking independence.
Let's move on to this part. It's just that when he gets into history, I like it when he switches to Duolingo mode.
What they now call legalism to the impossible.
Let's see.
Venezuelan, yes, sir. They couldn't defeat us.
Trabajó el tema, ¿verdad? De los cuerpos de...
There's a part where he says, they're not gonna get me out of here unless it's dead, Godfather.
Simón Bolívar commanded 7 army corps at the same time, without WhatsApp, without a phone, without satellites, and he crushed them. Thousands of men better armed than us. That the King of Spain sent in hundreds of ships to subdue us, but he couldn't, not ever. They can't defeat us.
Look at them. Listen to what he just said. Without any technology, with worse weapons, we can defeat the United States. He just said it. He just challenged Donald Trump again. I don't get it. What is he playing at?
On hundreds of ships, the King, Spain.
Look.
Check out the Army Corps, Godfather. Simultaneously, Bolívar led 7 army corps. Without WhatsApp, without a phone, without satellites, and he turned them to dust. Thousands of men, better armed than us, sent by the King of Spain in hundreds of ships to subdue us, and he never could. Will they be able to defeat us, Venezuelans?
Pavel, muchísimas gracias por las 50 membresías. Cuanto más habléis en el canal.
Is your chance of winning better? Are you still talking about confianza? I'll call it confianza now since it's my channel. It's already decided. Is Nicolas Maduro saying they can win the war? Or is this guy or the shaman he has leading him to suicide? Hey, I don't get it. It's such a complex topic, so hard to understand. What he wants is to send more people from home, retirees and young people, to face something they really have no idea what they're going to face. Is Bolivariano crazy?
Well, a little reflection aside from this event. Salida, what do you think? Correct. So here is everything on the long road.
Now he's selling us books.
About our history.
Hey, is there an English version?
That leads us to victory. Now, if in 2006 on December 3rd,
we had the glory of accompanying Chavez in that victory. After years of struggle, 2023 arrived.
23.
Right? That is 17 years later.
Un día como hoy, salió el sol, brillante.
From the Souls Cartel?
the sun of Venezuela rises in the Essequibo.
And we had a great victory in the constitutional referendum for the recovery of the Essequibo on a day like today.
Oh no.
Careful. Watch out for this. He is speaking about the issue of reclaiming a territory, and that there was also a crisis with an attempted invasion. Oh, near Guyana with Trinidad and Tobago. Watch out, Maduro is already threatening.
For the recovery of the Essequibo on a day like today,
The Essequibo's recovery.
honor and glory to the people of Venezuela. Record participation, record voting, and the people voted 5 times yes for our Guyana Essequibo. So today, December 3rd, is a beautiful day.
Well, he's saying that he's going to go around there too, huh?
Very good, of course. He keeps moving forward on his path. Let's see what more expansion and construction.
Let's see what else he says.
Let's see what else this guy says, the Negro. Ángel Comuna Prado. Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm not interested, not because of the name, not because I want to see Maduro.
Let's see, from Switzerland, go ahead.
All right, President. Well, here the people of Petare from Sucre Municipality welcome you with much affection, with a big yes.
Yes, a lot of affection. Yes, above all that, people in Petro live very well. They live wonderfully. All right, come on. Let's see if Maduro has spoken more. I haven't seen this. I'm reacting live. I like this.
That emissions basis, actually.
I like this. That it hits you all of a sudden, you know?
De Comunes, Simón Bolívar, Productiva Visto, Esperanza Vida, and Unión Socialista Formadora de Saludo are invited. Well, we were saying that we're here, yes, at the gates of the broadcasting base.
In fact, broadcast at the gate of the broadcasting base, this is interesting.
At the gates of the broadcasting base, what happens inside those gates of the broadcasting base? Let's see what works nearby. Let's tell everyone watching across the country today, this Wednesday of the Commune.
Good afternoon. Let's begin.
Let's see this. I'm curious, huh?
Welcome to all the authorities and well, President, please share your comments with the communities of the municipality. Sucre, that at any call of the bugle, the community members and the youth of Sucre municipality will be ready to defend the homeland and protect the peace of our beloved Sucre municipality and Venezuela.
So are you talking about civilians? Attacking civilians because the Marines won't blow up? I'm already lost.
Here we have the headquarters of the broadcasting base, and oh my goodness.
We can see that they're going to win, I don't know, the battle for freedom.
Juan Rodriguez. Here is where the self-government room of the commune operates.
But they're outdoors.
We have a preschool, a CIN, we have a dining hall.
It's a community dining hall.
Now we bring in Pete, and the grandparents club also operates here. And now that we're reactivating, thanks to one of the consultations, we were able to set up the whole space. And here is the room, the Community Recreation Center, where young people come every afternoon to exercise on the biohealthy machines, to play dominoes, to play chess. But
what does this have to do with the military deployment?
what does it have to do with an afternoon of
I mean, they're showing us a daycare.
community all as a family? And it's also very important what we have.
You take your living room, put 4 tables with 5 chairs, decorate it like this, yeah, and you already have a community center right there.
Right here inside. Also, along with the calculation of seedlings.
Seedlings, he said.
Here they take out seedlings, parsley seedlings,
Parsley.
cilantro, garlic,
Hey, that's really good for cooking, huh? Parsley, cilantro,
leek, chives.
lake. No,
That's not parsley. It's cilantro, garlic, leek, scallion,
coca leaf.
scallion, pep,
Say it, coca leaf. Don't hold back.
chin, tomato, and that one.
I mean, we have a lab there in Petare. They say around here, it says, military strategies. You'll never understand the Chavistas. They're from another world. Yeah, I think I won't understand them. Seedlings and pustules.
Seedlings are given to the producers who are already all organized there.
Something called MARIA.
From the local producers, where most of them are located in a nearby sister commune, which is a commune,
They even pass joints from one commune to another.
a productive one from Vistamosa.
Excellent. Look, and they're not producing coffee because here we are. How many?
Are now hooked on coffee? Maduro is now, just like they handled the flower business, now wants to invest in coffee. It's an incredible thing. By the way, the plane that's going every day to Santa Eulalia to take the gold from the jungle. Please. Take it easy. You're going to make the price of gold drop in the market. Stop stealing gold. Nicholas, since things aren't going well for him with the flower business, says, well, let's plant coffee and see if by legalizing it, they'll leave us alone.
They have coffee plants for 1,000, topocho for 1,000.
Figure that there are some of these little devices that tell you the altitude. It must be around 1,000, right?
Yes, it's very cold here from 6 on.
993.
Almost 1,000. I think that with some good seedlings,
Pay attention to Maduro's plan.
brought from Bocono and Biscoqui, we can start planting coffee everywhere. It's welcome.
Not welcome, but girl, if you plant coffee, where are you going to send it? The houses in Petare, are you going to destroy them all? Oh my God, these people don't think.
An area that has to be for coffee growing.
Of course, we tear down all the houses in Petare, plant coffee and coca leaves.
The coffee that Petare drinks is produced in Petare. Approved.
He's crazy. My goodness, he'll cause trouble in Petare. Approved.
I assign the mayor, Diosin Lara, to plant coffee.
Demolish houses to plant coffee.
What? Exactly, already early.
It's dangerous to invite Nicolas Maduro to your commune. It's dangerous because he gets there, sees the houses, and tells you, no, let's tear down 40 houses and start planting here. How could anyone consider taking Nicolas Maduro to Petare?
We had coordinated with the different ministries for support with seeds so we could have a greater variety of seedlings.
Oh, this thing about seeds at seedlings. This seems fishy to me.
And to be able to expand the types of crops that can be planted in the area, since these lands here are very fertile, President.
Damn, sorry, the damn part, it's Spanish. He says, these lands are fertile. Let's go to Petare with the map. I know people love our little trips around Venezuela. It says these lands are fertile. Sure, the sewage system isn't their specialty. See how people have to live like this?
Yeah.
Do you think it's normal that people live in slums in a country that could be the world's richest? But is this normal? With all my love to the people of Petare, you are wonderful and not to blame for the dictator in Venezuela. It's normal for people to grow up and children to be educated there. The richest oil country in the world, Venezuela, where water and power are sometimes cut off. I just don't get it. And now he wants to start planting coffee. Does anyone have an explanation? Where will he plant it? Is he planting coffee here? It's a mockery. He's mocking the people of Petare. He's making fun of them. He's mocking humble people. Doesn't he have any shame? It's just unbelievable. It gets to a point where you say, my God. How do you see it, people from Petare? There must be some of you here for sure. What's wrong with this guy?
Right? Fertile land. And speaking of fertile land,
Fertile land? Do you think this is fertile land? What future awaits the people there? What future awaits the people of Venezuela?
No.
Fertile land, says the uncle.
We live from the Mirandina Mountains of Petare, looking at Greater Caracas being the Great Shield.
No,
Look at what he just said. Look at what he just said.
Look, watching Greater Caracas
Keyword.
being the Great Shield, the Great Northeastern Shield of the great Venezuelan capital.
He knows that the invasion could come through Petare. He knows that the military entry could come through Petare. He just admitted it. He's foolish.
Fertile land, listen to him talking about fertile land. We're leaving from the Mirandina Mountains of Petare, looking at Greater Caracas.
Being the Great Shield.
The Great Shield, as we had said, by Petare.
Things will happen in the northeastern part of the great Venezuelan capital. From Petare, we go straight to Upata, the beautiful land of Upata.
He even has to read it? It's just so lame. He has to grab the sign to read it.
The name of the great one, no.
He doesn't even know his own country.
General Manuel Piar, liberator of the South, Piar Municipality. There's Grandma over there.
Grandma is there. I haven't seen Grandma and don't know what she looks like. But I think this is going to be big. I really think this is going to be big. Let's see who they're going to kick out now after seeing the one who wants to plant coffee plants in the favelas, in the shanties of Petare, in the little houses of Petare. Let's see who they're going to kick out now.
Tata Olivet, Tata Garcia.
Tata Garcia.
This young leader. Governor.
She is a young governor.
Firm, determined.
Firm, iron-willed.
There she is with Mayor Hornella Arvelaez, and she's precisely in the district named after Lina Rom. They're gonna deliver an amazing sports field there, an incredible educational facility built by whom? By the people, powered by the people, government. Go ahead, Tata.
Now we're going to see that the richest country in the world holds a huge national event just to inaugurate a sports field. And forgive me. The other day they showed us ambulances, now sports fields.
Greetings, President Nicolas Maduro.
Attention to Tata.
She's from Bolivar State.
This is something else. I won't show it out of respect for the children since they're not at fault. I think it's pathetic. And it's unbelievable to use them as an instrument. No. Change of subject. They build a sports court for the kids, and it seems like they've built, I don't know, the pyramids of Egypt or something. Look. Just check it out, huh?
The people of the United States, we continue to fulfill the legacy of our commander.
Let's see what he said. Tata.
Continue carrying out projects. Palmyra.
My president, greetings from PR Municipality and the Linaron Communal Circuit. Here, my president, we continue to show the people, we continue to show you that despite the adversities and the constant threats from the people of the United States, we continue to fulfill the legacy of our commander, Hugo Rafael Chavez Fria here.
So, are you really saying they caught them? They put asphalt, painted the ground, and put a metal roof so the kids can play? And this is a nationwide event. Is this for real? Is this real, or am I missing something? There's nothing on fly radar. Relax. There's nothing. There's no fly radar. There's nothing. Relax. I have it open. I'm watching everything. If there's something, I'll say it. Just enjoy Maduro's show. Because this is just... You're telling me that when it's summer, you're going to let the kids play down there? They're going to get overheated. This story doesn't make any sense, and It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Not yet. The drone hasn't left the United States. I know you're talking about the drone. You're talking about Black Cat. The black cat that's around there. Don't worry. We've got it tracked. If it goes anywhere near Cuba, we'll talk about it then. Patience, then you say nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. If you're watching the plane and you already think something's going to happen, calm down. Enjoy the sports field. It's just incredible.
The empowered people. By supporting national policies, it was possible to achieve
A piece of a sports field.
the roofing and the
This is a joke.
completion of this court where 1,600 children.
What a shame for the kids, huh? It's such a shame for the children and their future if Maduro stays in power, huh?
Salit Boutique. Ask her. If I don't have it, she made it.
Attention. It's coming, it's coming.
Look, 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 look. Someone adds white cheese. Look, 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 look. This is out of sight. Salita, look, Salita came elegant today. This shirt that
Maduro wants to get lucky tonight.
I have it, she made it for me.
Attention, Maduro is starting to seduce Salita. Salita, hold your jaw. It's your turn today.
Look, look, look.
The alpha male wants to party.
This is out of sight, Salita. Look, Salita, you came dressed up today.
Maduro, Maduro.
She made this shirt I'm wearing.
Maduro, Maduro.
And that sweater is for sale because Celia is going to open Silic Boutique very soon.
Silic Boutique. What the heck?
Silic Boutique.
I can't believe it.
Say it. There he is eating his chocolate.
He's eating the chocolate. Let's see if its jaw falls off. Silic Boutique. She's saying it in English, silly.
That Celia is going to open Silic Boutique very soon. Silic Boutique, say it. There she is eating her chocolate.
I just can't believe it.
If you allow, I'll try it.
Don't start talking with your mouth full in English, because this could get all of us messy, right? Please, Nicholas, take it easy. The seals are watching. The seals are watching. Well, we clap, we wave, we sing. Everyone quiet, waiting for the supreme leader, and he dies with the chocolate. Look at them all, waiting for the moment. Let's see. Maybe they poisoned him.
The best chocolate in the world?
And the people starving inside saying to themselves, Trump, come quickly. But how can you say that in front of people who don't have anything to eat?
There's no one else.
People don't hear how he eats. Did you stain your shirt? He's looking at his shirt.
And
I stained myself.
say it, Pata. We're leaving to La Guaira.
Ah, well, careful. We're going to La Guaira. We're connecting with La Guaira. And the Spanish Road. Let's see if the American Marines have already arrived there. By the way, let's stop here. Regarding Guaira, Costa, etc., I got some information from someone in Venezuela. That in the Maracaibo area today, they were recording a very strange video. Soldiers dressed in the Venezuelan army uniform and people dressed in uniforms similar to those of the United States Marines. And there were cameras and people recording it. I don't know. They're up to something.
We're going over the mountain this way.
You go first, Nicholas. You go first. We'll follow you.
As if I were empty and pure.
As if I was going empty and pure with Baruta.
With Baruta, turkeys were walking around here.
Yeah. They were walking around there.
Exactly through that. They would climb up to the peak named after the great chief in Iguata and go straight down to the parish in Iguata, over there in La Guaira, the Naiwata Maduro communal circuit.
Please don't talk with your mouth full. Is your chocolate dropping?
To hand over the Bolivar Square all wrapped up. A park for boys, girls, and families.
Another park.
Let's go see the park and the amazing sports court in the Ponta Quera area.
An amazing sports court. I'm already thinking they're going to hold the World Cup there.
There's that guy over there, also young, a leader. Re-elected governor of La Guaira? What a coincidence.
Re-elected governor? Sure.
There is Mayor Jose Manuel Suarez, the pastor.
The pastor of the lost sheep?
Energetic.
Yes, well, something's going to happen to him there in Guaira, the pastor.
He is Omaira Brito, spokesperson for the propagandist community circuit and the whole team from the propagandists commune.
Hey, do you think Rackmax will be there?
Also a community circuit, Naguata Forward, comrade.
Come on, let's see where the next World Cup is going to be held.
Thank you, President. Greetings and blessings under this radiant sun. Look, we've come.
This is being recorded.
It's being recorded at the Naiguata Communal Circuit.
You can tell the mayor doesn't live badly, huh?
Mayor Suarez, spokesperson Omaira Brito Nilsa Romero, and the Juntos team make anything possible. No more and no less than this commune, which has been the most voted in the entire communal territory of the state, La Guaira, a commune that has 24 communal councils.
There's money there. You can see it moving, unlike Petares.
Specifically, we're in Punta Cars and...
It's behind the mountain.
Well...
Attention to the sports field. First, this is not... No, Nicholas, no! The goal must be anchored to the ground for children's safety, as there have already been issues with this. Let's do things right, Nicholas, and meet the minimum safety standards of...
The hand of that big corporation?
The goal already against the wall, the basket, the broken net.
Is it possible for you to create everything? Have you developed one?
The other goal also facing Rome.
Extremely important works that go beyond tourism. What do they have to do with it?
What type of tourism will you do there?
The dignification of our people, such as Bolivar Square.
To me, this seems insulting.
I mean...
They spend a fortune on Bolivar Square and build that playground for the kids, where the goalposts can be moved and could fall on them.
What does that have to do with dignifying our people? Things like Bolivar Square, playgrounds, cañas.
Yes, playgrounds, a little more.
Of our people, such as Bolivar Square.
Yes, look, now you'll see Bolivar.
Children's parks.
Of course, you leave your child at the park, he climbs the wall and falls. Mar.
Children's parks, sports courts, housing, public services, part of a sports field, public. A total of 21 projects have been completed in this community circuit with the corporation and everyone involved. It's possible, but President, so that you can know the details of...
But we're already looking at the details. It's crap.
What a capable, organized people can do when you trust them. In all meetings, let our spokesperson Humaira speak for us.
I don't want to hear Humaira. We've already seen if...
I explained this to her thoroughly. Hello!
My commander president, so dear, so loved and respected by our community circuit.
This is North Korea.
The
mayor is wearing a red cap. Could it be America first? Will they call him in for questioning, Mr. Mayor? I don't like that cap's color. Take it off.
A Caribbean to this blue sea. We greet you and say words of thanks to you. How disgusting.
You? I can't believe they gave it to him. This guy has very long hands, huh? The man in the white shirt has long arms.
A greeting to the president. Well, my president, a supportive greeting.
Venezuela first. The mayor of Venezuela.
And what a joy it is to see these people happy. The Bible says that when the righteous rule, the people rejoice.
My goodness, they haven't even filled a whole bus with people, have they? You'll see everything but children. The only child is the one this guy's carrying. Look.
How beautiful it is.
You don't see a single child. But this is like North Korea, where they set up a kind of restaurant with plastic food to show to tourists.
See our happy town wherever you come from?
Stop messing with La Guaira, Maduro. Give us more. Now we want to see an ice cream cart, a portable barber shop, like the other day when you brought barbers out to the street to give people free haircuts. This is just incredible.
The Indian chiefs haven't come around here yet.
The chief is Indian.
Now the chief who used to rule around here, Piche Venga Makuto, sends for Naiguata. Body of Guayca Makuto.
The one we'll give you so you can leave.
Do the example for all generations.
Rafael Urdaneta.
Ana Maria Campos, Luisa, Venezuela, but it is the great American homeland. Over there in Turmero.
We are going to Turmero.
We are going to deliver a beautiful theater, the Ateneo Theater of Turmero. I'm scared.
We're going to the theater now. Get dressed up. Put on your best clothes because we're going to the theater.
There's Mayor Carlos Guzman, newly elected.
What could they have done with the other one? Where's the other one? Where's the other one?
The spokesperson of the commune is right here. Valles de Picacho. The town of Valles de Picacho in Turmero will now enjoy this center for culture, art, and the brilliance of Turmero. Go ahead.
Greetings, goodbye. It can't be. No way, it can't be. We have to leave it here. I can't take it. I'm going to the bathroom. But they replaced the doors when Hernan Cortez was there. But where did they get colonial-era doors? But what kind of joke is this? It can't be.
President, we are in Turmero, in the Santiago Mariño municipality, in the Valles commune.
I love Venezuela. I want to go to Venezuela. They bring out the donkey. They bring out the donkey. They bring out the donkey. No, this is too much today. This is too much today. No. It can't be good. A sentry just took off. An airborne warning and control system just took off. A second airborne warning and control system in the air. We have airborne warning and control system. We have airborne warning and control system. Let's see. The airborne warning and control system. The airborne warning and control system. Airborne warning and control system. Airborne warning and control system. Leaving San Ellis. And has also departed. The communications node and the AOCS to inaugurate the theater. We want to see the inauguration of the theater, and they put some donkeys there. It's just that with doors from the time of Hernan Cortez, they haven't even put in new doors. They just painted them poorly. I'm not laughing at Venezuela. I want to make something clear. I'm laughing at how Nicolas Maduro's regime wants to tell people that the country's doing well. No, the country's not doing well. The country's doing very badly. Well, this plane you're seeing here is the Costa Phoenix. It's a plane used to detect radioactive particles in the air. And if there's a nuclear attack, a nuclear explosion, that plane is key for us to learn things. Where's the OAX going? Where are you going, little one? Are you heading to Venezuela? No, I really don't think so, and I'm going to be honest about this. There are AWACS in Puerto Rico. In fact, the AWACS we saw last night, or the one we saw last night, operates over Puerto Rico. Yesterday we said, Marco Rubio, show us something we want. Action. Marco, show us something. Give this a bit of theatrics like Nicolas Maduro. It's tremendous, huh? I mean, they've taken the donkey.
That's the peak. We are, well, very happy. We are going to deliver this project that has been reopened thanks to the people's initiatives.
I'm here with the artists, both men and women, together with the authorities.
Is this being recorded, huh?
Popular. On the count of 3, we'll proceed with the re-inauguration. 1,
2, 3.
But cut it. But grab some scissors. Come on, dummy.
All right, President.
People are going to fall. The donkey is going to fall. Ateneo, this is with the donkey.
A dream project for the male and female artists.
Oh, look, how beautiful.
So,
that's the
photo
most beautiful
of our municipality, specifically from this district, Valle del Vical. This has been a project, and well, thanks to them.
What a noise, my God. Let's see.
Consultation resource.
A lamp.
We see spaces and training classrooms for our municipality.
Since we're just missing a shaman coming out with a chicken to consecrate the event for our young people.
For adults, yes.
The acoustics in that room must be great for music. But, well, there are no music stands. They've given people music stands, for heaven's sake. Please? Huh?
Visual arts dance. We can see the orchestra system and...
They sell you this. It's like a mega achievement, but it's degrading. It's degrading for the people of Venezuela.
Simon Rodriguez saw me needs, and I would like you to yes.
Yes, there are needs.
Yes, if we listened collectively, strongly supported by Governor Salcero and the smiling Elio Serrano, by the smiling mayor.
Yes, the needs are you have to leave. We don't want you to be in the country. People lack water, food, and can't live normally, even with electricity.
Nicolas smiling. Team Flavio Ver. Another part of the communal militia team, 2nd Sergeant Militia Manuel Vargas, Chief of Madre Mia.
Militia Sergeant Manuel Vargas, the
UTM. Long live the Bolivarian militia, where the people can the homeland grow stronger. Andrina Gonzalez is here, head of the Bolivarian Committee, integral base of El Cheo Street. Jason Barueta is here. He's the spokesperson for the youth whom we've already met. Well, that's it. In 1 minute, do you think you'll have enough time?
Yeah, of course. For us women, even half a minute is enough.
Exactly. Go ahead. Go ahead freely.
Well, President, look at communication.
He's checking now. Maybe the phone's acting up.
Simon Rodriguez, also we've had a...
This is just nonsense now. This is just Nicholas with capital filling time.
Technology.
We haven't heard from Vladimir Pedrino in a while. Let's see what Vlad has to say.
Think about it. Look at what dark circles Pedrino has.
Huh?
The Bolivarian Revolution
has resumed its original path. Thinking here about all these ideas, have you launched them? It came back to me later.
Don't you like the background there, Vladimir Pedrino? It's kind of like a lattice. I think it's really good.
From the events of April 19th, the juntas are formed.
Well, notice that they've put up the black curtain so that no sniper can shoot at him. Maduro? Did you see? They put up a black curtain so no shooter can get him. So that it doesn't hit Vlad or the other one.
The Supreme Council meets and the War Council of Lino Clemente and Juan Pablo Ayala is formed.
It's curious, Godfather. You haven't been very involved lately, huh?
Huh? I've been absent.
Let's see, looking at Salita's face. He must have said something silly. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Let's rewind. Something dumb he must have said.
The commander, our Lord Jesus Christ, in command of everyone. Well, because, look, it's very important. We are fighting for peace.
The peace, Silit, the peace, the peace.
I call you the...
Pete.
I've told you, seeing her face, we know something's there. How outrageous.
The peace.
Always? The woman is extremely embarrassed. Nicolas Maduro, right?
It's very important. That trick worked. Impressive. And look, indeed, about 10 days ago, from the White House, they called the Miraflores Palace.
Goodbye.
And I had a phone conversation. President Donald Trump, the world press has talked about that.
I learned from 6 years as foreign minister to...
Keep quiet for your own good.
To diplomatic prudence.
Not staying quiet. If I release the recording, you'll look foolish.
And then these years as president, with the training from the chancellor and the teacher I had, our commander Chavez, I like prudence.
We've seen this video before. He says if it brings peace, that's great. Let's see. Breaking news because another sentry is coming out again. Are you telling me that here? The community tells me planes are taking off. Another sentry just departed. Sentry 8 and Sentry 9, we're going to see it. There they are. We have two. Two planes right now over Las Vegas. Vegas area? We have Sentry. Let's look for more planes that are important, that can show us some kind of operation. Let's keep looking around here. It's huge. The United States. Okay, we have the Constant Phoenix, which is there. We have the P-8. It's traveling. The Drum. We have the Drum. It's in the Miami area, the city. They're taking pictures over there. Reconnaissance in the Bahamas area. Surely it's going to come down here towards the Keys, and it's going to photograph the whole northern area of Havana. It could possibly be Varadero. That's the mission. You know it can stay in the air for more than 30 hours. That drone flies at a very high altitude with advanced technology, and it provides a lot of information and intelligence. That's super important. Hello? There's nothing operational. Anyway, Sentry is currently too far away to carry out any operation related to Venezuela. I think it could be a training flight right now. Unless they start heading down to the Gulf area. The Gulf of California area. Going down there, starting to operate there. But keep in mind that the radar has a range of about 400 kilometers. But could we talk about something? Is it good? Let's talk now about the E3 Sentry. Let's leave Maduro aside since he's got us. He's worn us out. Let's talk about the Sentry. I've recovered a video I made a long time ago. I'm not using the audio, but I'll explain over the video what an E3 Sentry is. Because there's a lot of talk, a lot of comments being made. And there's a lot being said about this aircraft, which is a very important plane for United States operations in the Caribbean Sea. It's a plane that has the ability to expand target detection and air control capacity because it operates from the air and from the ground. Did you know there are planes that are specialized? This one. Radars are usually on the ground. Radars usually scan targets from the ground. That's why they're placed in high areas, on mountains, or in places where there are no natural barriers, so that nothing prevents the radar signals from reaching a full area. With this plane, that problem of radar shadow is completely solved, because there's nothing below or above it. It's above everything, which gives it the ability to detect low-flying planes, drones, low-flying missiles, and also other aircraft. Also, which is significant, we're about to see it. Image. Can you carry out air operations and command attack groups at the same time? Not only because it also has the capability to use its radar to guide air-to-air missile attacks against other aircraft. And now we're going to see it. These images, as you'll see, are not very common. You don't usually get to see the inside of an E3 Sentry. I recovered them for you, so take a look. This is a radar operator's screen on an E3 Sentry. Here, he has a complete view of all the points on the radar, all the aircraft that appear in the plane's vector. Here, for example, looking at the outer area, that radar, that radome, you see there, that's the important part. It's rotating, it keeps turning, it sends out signals to detect aircraft. In addition, it has communication systems. Something you're going to see now. This is the interior. In this case, a NATO E3 Sentry has a crew from various NATO countries, including operators from Germany, Spain, the United States, and the United Kingdom. There's a lot of information there. Look at that. Look at that radar screen. All the aircraft and information that can be transmitted in real time. Here you see it. Look, you can assign names, you can track them, you can lock the radar on them. And you can create waypoints, guide aircraft that need to use navigation systems or emit signals. Look at it working in real time. And how does all this work? You can close off areas or centralize the radar to certain zones, which is also possible. And then there's something else. It's very interesting. We'll see it in one of the screenshots that comes up in this video. I've recovered from the archives something we did a long time ago about the F-16. Here we're seeing radar operators. There are several of them. And there are also intelligence operators, meaning people who gather information. Those radars, they interpret it. They consider that it could be a threat, that it's a legitimate aircraft, that it's an enemy aircraft. Which is the best attack vector or the best approach vector? And something here that draws attention. Tracking system in the air, it can also do it on the ground. It can also track objects on the ground. I'll leave it there. There's the ground track option. Important note as well, because it not only has aerial capability, it also has the ability to track objects on the ground. Brutal. Look over here, how big it is inside the cabin, how well established it is. They can be working for hours. There's a lot of crew inside the plane. And it allows for air operations to be carried out. Can you tell if there are any? For example, it can use an encrypted channel to communicate with an F-35 and tell its position 100 kilometers away in this direction. There's a hostile aircraft. The F-35 keeps its radar off so as not to raise any suspicion on the enemy radar. It tells him there's a hostile aircraft 100 kilometers away. It can pass information and trajectory data, and the F-35 can even launch a missile. So it goes there and searches for the aircraft with its semi-active radar. Everything is coordinated from this plane. It's a lethal plane, a plane that's the top priority target for air defenses to shoot down. If the United States is blinded or prevented from having one of these planes in the air, operations become much more difficult. Here we see, for example, a recreation of an F-16 carrying out a combat mission. Drones relay information to the airborne warning and control system, which then uses the E3 Sentry to decide which targets to eliminate. All that information is passed to the aircraft, which then approaches, carries out its operations, all under the air coverage provided by the airborne warning and control system. And also from the ground. CIA teams marking positions with lasers, identifying targets, carrying out special operations for target acquisition and target designation. And all of that makes up the combat operation. whether air-to-air, air-to-ground, or any other type. That's something to keep very much in mind. Technology is the key in that kind of operation, and it's going to be vital to carry out operations in such a complicated environment as the jungle or as Venezuela. All of this is connected through Link 16, a United States military communication system with its own intranet, also via satellite. Those planes we see, the P6 act as communication nodes, and those communication nodes distribute the signal. The information is received by different flight platforms, missiles, planes, helicopters, drones, ground troops, all encrypted so that no one can listen in, and from there, operations are carried out. Something like that, more or less. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the E3 Century explanation, even a little. I think that soon we're going to have a great expert on this topic who will give us a lot more details than I could ever know. Because in addition, he has been inside one and has seen it firsthand. He knows what happens there and what it does, so, well, I have to talk to him to arrange this. Family, I hope you enjoyed today's show. If there's any news tonight, if there's anything strange, if there's anything we think might be noteworthy, we'll be at the Black Cat, heading south towards Cuba. It's going to make a pass to scan communications. It's going to detect where that radar is. It's going to detect a lot of information.
Yep.
A lot of things are being prepared. We can't lose. Stay hopeful and positive. Agency? Things are better when you do them slowly. It's like when you cook, if you do it on low heat, it tastes much better. Family, it's been a real pleasure. Please leave your likes, your comments, and we'll see each other in the next show here. On Military Strategies, greetings.